Hey, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, it's Kendall with Lawnbot here. Hope you're doing well. Wanted to come to you today for our live demo Fridays. Wanted to take you in, do a deep dive in the Lawnbot product, show you what it is, how it works. We've been getting a lot of demo requests lately, tons of demo requests, so much so that, you know, each of these demos typically take an hour, and sometimes people that want to see the product don't necessarily have the time to sit down, especially in June or July, which is a great time to add Lawnbot, by the way, so you're ready for the fall sales rush and then also next year. But so I thought I'd take a deep dive with you today in Lawnbot, why we created it, and exactly how it functions and works. So before we dive into that, I want to talk to you about why it exists and why that I came up with the idea. And then now we're building a team around it. And now we have Eric, who is our technical co-founder, and we have Steve and Cliff and Lori. You know, we're building a team around this idea. I want to talk to you about why we're working on this, why we even care, and why we're trying to bring it into the marketplace. So we all know in today's world, right? People buy things online. You might do it yourself. You might have your wife might have Amazon packages showing up daily, sometimes hourly at your house. So we know that people buy things online and they want to shop things and do things now. And if people have to wait, it doesn't really make them feel very good in today's economy. So the initial idea for this came with, and if you don't know who I am, my name's Kendall Hines. I'm the co-founder of Lawnbot. Formerly, I owned the fastest growing lawn care company in Michigan, Lawn Doctor of Grand Rapids. We grew 0 to 2,000 customers in 5 seasons. Just knocking on doors, cold calling, generating Google reviews, building brand. Obviously it was a big team effort, but we grew it with sales. And with growing with sales, I started hiring salespeople. We were getting so many inbound leads, sometimes 900 Facebook leads. You got website leads, you got phone leads coming in. So we've got all of these channels, right, coming into our sales department. And I realized there was a percentage, and I would say a growing percentage that, could have just done this online. They could have just got a quote online and sign up and paid and, okay, come out and start my lawn treatments. Especially since we do have such a good reputation. If you Google Lawn Doctor of Grand Rapids today, they've got 202 Google reviews. We're the highest. They are the highest. I don't own it anymore. My brother does, but they are the highest rated, highest reviewed lawn care company in West Michigan. And that's not like by chance. We systematically had to go out and pound the marketplace, pound the customer list, to make sure that, hey, if you're happy with our service, please leave us a review. But back to why we created this. So we created this, why the whole idea came about was, I'm running this business, we're adding thousands of customers, right? Hundreds of customers. And I'm like, I'm paying sales commission to salespeople who the deals, when Grandma Karen called in, she was going to buy lawn care from somebody. It was just a matter of who, right? Was it True Green that was going to pick up the phone first? Was it Lawn Doctor? Was it AAA? Like, who's going to pick up the phone first? They're going to get my business. So in an effort to kind of curb some of the commissions we were paying, but also it really creates a nice experience for the homeowner to we talk about speed to lead a lot in this business, right? Speed to the lead is the holy grail of sales. The faster we get to that lead, the faster we can turn them into a customer. So I said, okay, well, what else exists out there? And it just so happens I had a lot of parking tickets through the city of Grand Rapids, and they have this awesome product called Pay It. And Pay It is a software company who sells their software to other municipalities. So sell it to the city of Grand Rapids, Kentucky, the city of Kentucky, whatever it is, state of Kentucky, that brings those analog type businesses online and allows them to transact in the modern era. So I said, okay. So I started experimenting with different technologies, and we landed on chat, and we landed on an interactive process, and there's a reason for that. home service sales historically are not going to a website and adding products to a checkout cart. There needs to be some conversation and interactivity because people are coming to the companies because the companies are the experts. Homeowners don't know what they need. So the product needs to be interactive and it says, hey, based on your problems, I'm going to recommend these solutions. And oh, by the way, here's the price for it. And it's accurate. It's an accurate price because now we've developed the Measure It technology. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Allows you to just color and literally paint in the lawn with your finger or use a cursor, if you're on desktop to just paint in the lawn, and it returns an accurate square footage. So with that, we realized that this solution could really work. And I'll never forget it. When we built the first version for our own company, we didn't sell it at that point. It was just, we had called it Lawnbot in the office. When we made that first sale, I came home at that point, my now wife, girlfriend at the time, I was freaking out because, like, Masha, if you're watching this, you saw me working on this. Every day I'd come home and work on it every day, and we get the product. I built the MVP myself. Eric took what I built and just 10x'd it. Like, it's way better than what I could ever built. But I came home that day after we made the first sale because, number one, it validated the idea that homeowners will put their credit card in and buy something online, a home service like this too. I knew if one person would do it, we'll get thousands of people to do it. And eventually, if it's easier than dealing with some, high pressure salesperson over the phone, I think this is going to be the way to buy home services over the next 5 years. So with that, I want to take you into Lawnbot. We'll start the demo now. Let's see here. Let me make this bigger. How do I make it bigger? Okay. So as you can see, our software, your brand, online sales. We take our software, throw your brand on it, your logo, your price tables, and allow you to sell your services through our platform. So with that, I'm going to dive into it. We'll just take let me grab an address here from Zillow. This property happens to be in Utah. So we'll take the address here. As you can see, we're using Google Locate to get, there's only one address field. A lot of people have like 5 fields on their website. Every field you add is going to add friction. So we use Google to geolocate the address. It is more expensive to do that, by the way, but I think it adds to a more frictionless experience for the lead coming in. So I'll just enter some test information just as this is an example of a form that would be on your website. It's not necessarily styled in any particular way. It's a very bare bones form, what you're looking at. But when we go into a company, we want to make sure that the stylings match whatever style that you have on your website. So if this looks a little bare to you, the reason is because we didn't put much time into styling this because it's just our test form. So at that point, the client clicks Get My Instant Quote. They're going to land right on your company's instant quote. So like I said, your brand, our software equals online sales. So you see, we took the branding there, and it's fully branded to the company. In this case, it's my brother's company, Lawn Doctor of Grand Rapids here. And the client, boom, within seconds, they see a picture of their house. That's very strategic. They confirm the address. We hit them with a quick value add. We want to keep setting those hooks along the way. We want to keep them engaged and interactive. So what services are you interested in today? These are called service categories. So in the service industry, we know we have different types of service, but you might have 3 different types of fertilizer programs or 2 different types of mosquito programs. For example, a company of ours, Mosquito Mike in Massachusetts, he has 3 different types of mosquito programs. He has his Memorial Day to Labor Day program. He has his Cadillac program, which is like just nuke the property, right? Make sure you never get mosquitoes. So we have different service categories which allow you to sell different lines of service under each category depending on what it is. So each of these is customized to your business. We go in and customize it to all the programs you sell, all of the price tables, all that good stuff. So For now, let's just click fertilizer and weed control just to keep it simple. And now this is what brings everything together and what we're so excited about for the service industry. Until we've developed our new Measure It technology, it's patent pending, by the way. We're actually working as we speak on converting that to a non-provisional. But as you can see, this is a game changer for our industry. If I were to ask Grandma Karen to measure her, if I were to sit her down at my computer and ask her to measure her house, her lawn, and she's never used a measuring tool before, she would not know how to do it. We've seen people try to do that. I've seen new employees that we've hired. We sit them down at the computer, we're teaching them the phone. Okay, great, looks good, and they're struggling with measuring the lawn with points and lines. If you've ever done it, it's not the most mobile friendly experience, especially if you've never done it before. You spend more time learning how to do it than actually doing it. So we wanted to develop something that was just stupid, simple, easy. That's the whole process. The whole idea with this is just making it super easy for people to buy from our company, right? So we landed on this product called Measure It. And the name is kind of awesome, right? Because like we say, hey, have you measured it, right? So that's where we got the name from. But the whole, I talked about this for a long time before we actually developed it. And I wanted to make it so easy that you could just literally paint it with your cursor on a computer or your finger if you're on mobile. So that's the really exciting thing about this, guys. I think it's really going to be a game changer for our industry. It already is. There's plenty of sales rolling in daily from companies all over the country that allow them to sell their services online. So back to the demo. This is a property in Utah. I picked Utah for a very specific example. We have a customer, Ecolawn in Utah, who was a very early adopter with us. This is before we had Measure It, and we were using Zillow, and we were running into a lot of mishaps because in Utah, you can see they have very unique properties out there. Very unique. This customer, I'm not sure what's going on in the backyard. In this particular map, though, it's showing that maybe he just has grass in the front yard, right? So if we were to take the Zillow data and then subtract house and driveway from that and try to get close, we're still going to be off by a couple thousand square feet. So what's nice about Measure It is you just simply lock the map and you start measuring. So you're able to just color it in here. Oop, I'm going to go around this tree bed here in the front. And you can see I'm literally just painting in the lawn with my cursor the way it should be, right? Like this, it might seem simple and intuitive, but you know, there just wasn't a simple and intuitive measuring tool like this before we built Measure It. So as you can see, 2,100 square feet. I already took out the big trees in the front. We probably don't want to fertilize those, or maybe we do and we want to sell them tree and shrub, right? But so we'll say at that point I'm ready to go. Or oops, maybe I want to start over. They can actually go backwards and minus out their previous drawing. So boom, right there. Let's remeasure that. How long did this take me? Maybe like 4 seconds. They just go around here, do a little squiggly, and there we go. 2,087 square feet, like 30 square feet difference. By the way, most of our customers' price tables change per 1,000 square feet. So we're getting very accurate, very close. What's really exciting about this too is what we're excited for winter. There's been folks asking about, hey, can we use Measure It in Lawnbot for snow? Absolutely. We already bought the domain name, Snowbot, right? What if you want to sell plowing services and just say, okay, color in the area that you need snow plowed this year? And oh, by the way, they can color in sidewalks as well. So we're really excited to see how customers and people use this. I think it's just really exciting. Every time we see a sale come in and there's actually a homeowner, the image is saved, by the way. So when I click save, we've also built in computer vision. So it realizes, hey, Kendall, you haven't colored in enough a percentage of this picture. Are you sure this is a correct measurement? So they have to say, yes, this is a correct drawing, and I only want you to color or service the colored in areas. So at that point, we'll click Submit Estimate. And back to the note about saving the image. So this image is saved. So every time a sale is made, we're copied on those sales. So we see them come in, and we're able to see, customers doing just perfect drawings, like perfect exact drawings with their finger or the cursor. And it's just, I'm like, wow, like that company did not have to spend any time on making that sale. That homeowner went to their website, requested a quote, landed on their bot, measured their lawn, got a proposal, signed up, paid, and now they're a customer. The way it should be, the way it's going to be. Everything's moving this way. It's not going backwards. We're not going back to yellow books and phone books and wheeling lawns. We're only going this way. It doesn't go backwards unless something catastrophic happens in the world, right? So as you can see, 2,000 square feet. Would you like to get an instant quote or customize your program? We'll say customize my quote. And let's see here. And then these are called probing questions. So each company, each service category, lawn fertilizing, mosquito, and seeding, they all have their own unique set of probing questions. So based on the service category they pick, it pulls those probing questions, and those probing questions affect what program is recommended in the checkout. So let's say during these probing questions, you answer things a certain way. We program your bot to sell what you would have sold if they would have called you over the phone. Typically in sales, in service sales, you're asking them probing questions to figure out which package to get them on. Same thing here. We ask them probing questions depending on their answers in those probing questions. Then we recommend the corresponding program that we'd like. So as you can see, we asked, hey, have you been doing the lawn yourself or hiring another company? Great. We're not going to stop working on your lawn. We can put in pictures. We can do videos. What's the current thickness of the lawn? We'll say patchy. Wonderful. Your program is going to be specifically blended based on your selection. What's the biggest issue you have in the lawn? We'll say broadleaf weeds. Boom. So we finished answering the probing questions. Now we're going to take all those answers, the measurement, the picture of the lawn, and we're going to bring it all into the thing that we call the checkout. So dumps the customer right here in a beautiful checkout. It's fully mobilely responsive. It looks good on desktop, but where it really shines is on mobile. As you can see, the customer lands here. Very simple, very sleek quote process. We want to make a beautiful e-proposal for them to just basically be able to look at it in 3 seconds, understand what they're looking at. So there's a reason people are like, well, can we change the format? And we're like, no, this is proven. It's best practice. Like, we have sold over $800,000 in revenue through our Lawnbot platform in the last 5 months. So, the beautiful part about this is we're taking all of that data from all of our customers, almost 100 companies now on the platform. We're taking all of that in, analyzing it, and then pushing out the best practice changes across all the bots to increase lift and conversion. So that's super exciting. As you can see, here's the checkout. They can toggle back and forth between prepay or pay as you go. A big question we get all the time is, can we do installments? Absolutely. And we're also working on a new feature that surrounds payments that we're super excited about. I don't want to talk about it too much, but it's going to be very, very, very fun for our clients. So, and going to take a lot of the pain out for them as well. So as you can see, we have upsells. So we're able to do upsell different programs and packages. So maybe the client didn't ask about fertilizing and weed control, but maybe they were just in their backyard yesterday and they're like, damn, we have a lot of mosquitoes out here. And they're like, oh man, $25 for my first application. Like, let's try it out, honey. I mean, $70. Get started today for $70, which is the first apps combined, or they can prepay and save. So you see the prepay price there with the discount is $331.78. At that point, they can either enter their credit card info, fill that out, click pay, and then we ask them, hey, we ask any service-based questions or anything in your close script. So, do you have a locked gate? Do you have pets and kids? Would you like to be called or texted before each visit? And then take it another step further. We've built in the ability, we call it the sale redirect. So we can actually, upon a sale, we can redirect them somewhere else. A lot of companies like to use that to redirect them to a what to expect video. Hey, it's Kendall with Greengrass here. Thank you for your business this year. We really appreciate it. Here's what to expect on your first treatment. Why I think that's important is a lot of people like to say, well, what about retention this way? Like, you've never talked to the client, they've bought service. I think there's a way to build digital retention, and it's around a lot of the same tried and true methods of face-to-face or over the phone. You have to show your company's story. You have to show exactly what makes you different, how you're elevating the customer journey and experience. I think that builds trust and retention. I remember when I ran Lawn Doctor, we were pretty big on YouTube and Facebook, and we would like go into Meyer and be like, dude, you're the guy from the video. We spent a lot of money on Facebook ads too. And like, you're the guy from the video, or we go on TV and I would personally go out to the lawn. I had never been to it, or somebody else sold it. And, they thought they were getting the Cadillac treatment because Kendall was coming out, because they saw me on a video somewhere that wasn't, that we didn't put out, right? They saw us on the news or on Facebook or one of those platforms. So I thought that was kind of interesting. We've also built in the ability to add rebuttals and objections. So you might say, hey, Kendall, that's great. They sign up. Awesome. What happens if they don't buy? Well, just like in sales, we say, hey, well, what do you need to think about, Mrs. Jones? You need to think about the price, the product, the people. What's your objection? And then they can pick their objection. Then we give a rebuttals and responses. So that's super exciting. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. Most importantly, all this data is saved. I'll show you here. Here's a good example. Let's see if I can. So all this data is saved. This is an example of one that just came through. It was actually a quote that was done in Detroit. And as you can see, it's got the name, address, phone number, email, zip code, square footage colored in, the application prices quoted, and the pricings for those. So when you think about it, it's really a game changer. Up until now, the only way, and I just got off the phone with talking with somebody earlier about why we built this and where do you get the idea, and why are you doing this? And it just, to me, it's so simple, and a lot of people don't see it, but the only thing that matters to me is that our clients see it. And then also the homeowners that choose to buy this way, the consumers, they must also see it because they're signing up and paying this way. It just is so frustrating for me that personally, I'm just saying in my own personal life, when I'm trying to do something, like get something done, I'm pretty busy, especially, I have a son at home now, growing this startup. I don't like to wait for things. I hate waiting for things. I don't want to wait for things. I want it now. And I want to take time out of the equation and just get it done now or sign up now, right? I don't want to push it off, because then if I push it off, the percentage of chance of me like converting on that initial thought and idea, it drops tremendously. I can tell you, my wife can tell you that as well. If I don't do it now, it's like probably not going to get done. So that's just the way I am. It's the way my mind moves very fast. So I think that there's a lot of those people in today's economy, and it's only growing as smartphones become more prevalent. If you look at the whole technology adoption curve of smartphones and cell phones, for example, I mean, we very easily forget that 10 years ago, we didn't have the same powerful devices as we do today. This technology, phones in general, computers in general, the level to where it is today did not exist 10, 12, 13 years ago. Luckily, being a millennial, I grew up to see every kind of stage. We grew up as the computers were just coming online. We had AOL, right? The dial-up, compact PCs. This would have been impossible 15 years ago. Would have been impossible 10 years ago to do what we're doing today. Now that technology is developed into what it is today, we're able to do this and grow with the speed of the marketplace. And I think the speed of the marketplace is only going to continue to increase, and that homeowners and consumers are going to continue to demand to buy this way. Is this the only way? No. Right now, it's the minority way of how people buy in your business. But I think over time, more and more people will continue to buy this way and utilize this technology as it becomes more widely available, especially when you look at the alternatives, right? What's the alternatives right now in the marketplace to get quotes online? The alternatives are you go to their website, you fill out a form, and somebody might call you back maybe next week. If they're good, they'll call you back within an hour. What if I'm busy in an hour? So the alternatives are that you have to talk to a human no matter what. And as we know, the way everybody says it to me all the time, Kendall, like nobody wants to talk to anybody anymore. They want to do everything online. Absolutely. This technology totally maps to that thought. So if you're interested, if you're a successful company, if you're not a successful company, we also have a product for that in terms of generating leads to your website to, eventually use a product like this. Reach out to us. We're here for you. We're ready to take you through a live demo. You can actually buy through our website. You can buy a bot through our website. We also do live demos with folks. And like I said, our platform turns leads into closed sales. So if you're looking to add online ordering to your business to bring your business into the modern economy, into the modern 2020 era, reach out to us, lawnbot.biz. I'd love to take you through the product, get it installed in your business for the rest of 2020 and into 2021. We're anticipating a very high fall volume just based on the success so far. There's people still buying bots right now, and in anticipation for the fall and 2021. So with that, in software and in service software, the fall and winter are the busiest times. So this is also a good time to get in before the rush. So if you're interested, if you want to check out the product, if you want to bring your business online and make it easy for your leads to buy, to get instant speed to the lead. Some people talk to me about, well, I got a sales team. I've got people on staffing the phones during the business day. That's great. Okay. Well, that same company, I also requested a lead form on their website. It took their girl 45 minutes to call me back. I thought your people staffed the web leads. Well, I was at lunch, and my sales manager just sent it over to me. That's great, but I already signed up with TrueGreen, Karen. Sorry, I wanted to get this done right away. TrueGreen called me within 2 minutes. So people like to think they have instant speed to the lead, but I would say if you think you do, on a random day at a random time, submit a web lead. See how long it takes your team to call you back. Maybe use a different number so you can see how long it's actually taking your team. And you're probably successful already. You're probably making millions of dollars in sales, but I think there's a percentage that you can get lift. There's got to be a percentage that you're missing. You're missing because you're not getting instant speed to the lead, and that's kind of what you're getting with this. So hope you're doing well. Hope you have a great Friday. Hope you have a great rest of your week. We're here for you at Lawnbot. We want to help you increase your sales, bring your business online, and allow your potential leads to buy your services instantly online in a beautiful modern way. We'll see you next Friday. If we don't see you before then, other than that, we'll talk to you later.